Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new episode of On It. I am Mikey. That is Devin.
Damn, I wish I could remember what we talked about. I couldn't even remember what we talked about the Super Bowl.
If it has to come down to that, or I just seem like a hater to get my point across, I'll do it. What's a football move?
He opened the back flap of the passenger seat and threw up in it. It's called a Weston kangaroo pouch. I don't know what Adrian Peterson's year looked like after he ran for 2K. Oh, never mind.
Is the University of Florida bust university?
Oh my God, he missed it!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new episode of On It. I'm here. It's just me, and it's Sunday. And you know what that means. May 10th, Mother's Day, but also the day after Backlash. And I mean, just to get right into it, I don't know if it's just because I was there and it was a live experience, but Backlash was a good show. Backlash was, it had 5 matches, and I would say all 5 matches except for Danhausen, that segment. I don't even know if you can call it a match, but besides that, I mean, not really, not too many shenanigans, not too much bullshit going on really throughout the whole show. Just to start, a great opener is Seth versus Bron and the opening match, opening Backlash. And I think we all knew that Bron had to win this match. But still, I mean, I don't know if it was more of the post show that made me realize, because they were sitting, Big E asking Seth Rollins if he's on his way out and talking about his age and everything. But I mean, Seth Rollins, when healthy, which I know is a big asterisk on it, when healthy, just easily top 5 in the ring. Not really a question, not really a debate, and that match was great. The reversals, the what was it? It was a pedigree? There was a pedigree reversal or a spear into a pedigree. There was the spear in midair. There was the Frankensteiner that Seth Rollins lands. Like it was a beautiful match. But I think I'm gonna stand on what I said before Backlash when I was predicting this match. It's time for Bron to go. Let me try again. It's time for him to go up. It's not time for him to go anywhere. But it's time for him to, at this point, he should be one of the top contenders on Raw pushing for a title. If there wasn't this bloodline stuff going on, I could easily see him being the person to go after Roman Reigns, especially if he's going to have Paul Heyman behind him, especially if Roman's going to have the Usos behind him, and we're going to continue to have the vision with Braun. And to be honest with you, I really think if they weren't waiting for a Bronson Reed return, it probably would have already been split up. I just don't think there's a reason for Bron Breakker to have. He doesn't need Austin Theory and Logan Paul behind him. He don't need them coming out to help him. He's supposed to be the badass, the big dog. Like, he is perfectly fine on his own. You want to be a Paul Heyman guy, sure, whatever. There's the connection there with Seth Rollins, but to be completely honest with you, that can end pretty soon too. I think maybe I don't know where you go with this. I think you probably go Bronson Reed returns. Whatever happens in that group happens, but eventually you're gonna have some friction in that faction. Have them split. Bronson Reed, Bron Breakker, whoever you want to win. If you want to have fucking Bron Breakker continue to be this guy, have him beat Bronson Reed, defeat Division, whatever it is, and go challenge Cody or whoever. Like, him being what Gunther is doing right now, going over to SmackDown and challenging Cody, I could see Braun in that position too, but obviously, Brock Lesnar shook a lot of shit up, so I'm not too sure what else there is to do. This is the end of the story with Rollins and Bron Breakker. I hope. I don't know what's next for Seth, but I think you have Braun claim he's the top guy. I know there's still, obviously we'll get to Fatu and Roman, but I don't know where Braun goes after this, besides eventually getting turned on. Jesus Christ, what am I on to? I'm sorry, y'all. It's Mother's Day. I'm lacking caffeine. The Vision turning on him. That sounds a lot better. Vision turning on him. Eventually have them, have their bloodbath, their blood feud, but then you got to have Bron Breakker pushing for a championship. And this is coming from a guy who did not like Bron Breakker up until January. Like it was really January, or maybe the build up until, if I remember correctly, the build to his world title match with Punk on Raw, whatever it was. There were some promos he had where I was like, all right, like he can go in the ring. Like he's a freak athlete, but I need to hear that man talk, and he can talk, which is another reason why Paul can go too. And then after that, we had Trick and Sammy, another good match, which I don't know if it's just certain people in the wrestling community that I hear complain about Sami Zayn, or what they don't want to see from Sami Zayn, or they said they were over the underdog stuff, so he became a dick and was the US champ, and then is pretty much seamlessly turned into a great heel that gets booed and still can go. I don't really see the complaining about Sami Zayn, I guess, until he gets thrown into like a Cody Rhodes, like he gets to face Cody Rhodes down the line, or this summer, because I don't know what they're doing with Gunther and them. We'll talk about that later, but I like Sammy as a heel. I mean, he's not, I don't know if I want to see him win, but he's the perfect guy to put somebody over. Trick Williams needs to move on. This is another great ending to a story. To be completely honest with you, I feel like they just threw the Mello shit away. Like Mello's still sitting. I wish I remember what arena they were in that night when he was backstage, and I'll see you after Mania, because he has not seen him after Mania. And you know what? And maybe I'm still looking too much into things, and this is just the wrestling brain. But I still feel like, which is with hindsight later down the line could be a duh. I still feel like it's gonna be some type of turn or something with Yachty and Trick. Whether it's whenever it's just time for Yachty to go or whatnot, but Yachty. And the reason I say that is, when I was talking about their promo a few weeks ago, and Yachty's like, well, if you're the, sorry, I'm a butcher it. If you're the something, I'm the prophecy or whatever. And just that look Trick gave him for that slight second before they, started riffing and going back and forth, made me think that there might have been something going on. And then you had the candy cane, I guess. You had the stick, Yachty leaving it, Sammy getting his hands on it, Sammy throwing it back, and then Yachty taking it. For a second, I was looking. I was like, that was weird too. He just left that there. Who knows what Trick could think down the line. But regardless, it's entertaining. Trick as a U.S. champ is nice, but we definitely need to keep him. I mean, he's gonna have to be the TV champ on SmackDown. So coming out and saying, no more open challenges or whatever. I don't know. Someone's got to come out and challenge him this week and get things rolling, because the Sami Zayn storyline was long, but I think it was, I don't know. I think it was good. I think it was worth it. And then we're going to get to boo the shit out of Sami Zayn when he gets to face Cody. And then you had Io Sky and Asuka, which I think we all knew that was going to be a great match, which deserved to be a WrestleMania match. And I'm confused, because to me, the hug was like, we just beat the shit out of each other. We're making up, let's go home. And then like right after, everybody was like, okay, well, Asuka's leaving. Until that's like, confirmed, I was just thinking like storyline wise, like the first thing I thought, and this is the sad thing. This is a sad thing, because I don't know, maybe 10 years ago, you could have had a thought where, in my head, I was like, damn, well, Rhea's not gonna be happy about that. She's gonna see them hug, and what the fuck is that? We're all just friends now. We're all just buddies. We're all just cool. because she was talking big shit earlier, but I guess we're all cool now. That's where my brain went. Everybody else's brain was like, well, TKO definitely asked her to take a 50% cut, and she definitely said no, and she's definitely following Kyrie wherever they're going. Like, it sucks. It sucks that's probably the truth. That probably is what, that's probably what's going to happen. But I guess until I see like an actual report of Asuka going anywhere, I kind of was interested in that. That just sets up an even bigger story for when they eventually do split Rhea and Io up. I mean, Asuka being involved, I don't know. Maybe I'm the only person in the world thinking this, but because everybody else was like, yeah, she's out of here. Asuka is gone, and I didn't think so. I didn't think that was the case, but she definitely could be gone. What else do we have? Just taking a look at the notes we got. Oh, okay. So I guess before the main event, before Cena's announcement, which I don't even really know if I have a full opinion on, Roman, Cena comes out and honestly was so happy that it just wasn't a club WWE thing. I truly thought that Cena was going to come out, announce all the benefits of Club WWE, and then tell everybody to go pay whatever a month and become a member. That is not what happened, and I'm happy it's not what happened. He comes out and announces this John Cena Classic, which is gonna take place. My guess would be December, if it's gonna be like the same month as his retirement. I would assume December, and I'm gonna also assume not in Tampa or anywhere in Florida, because I mean, that would have been, announcing that, crowd's going crazy, cheering, we're happy, cool. I feel like on top of that, if it were to be in Florida, he'd go, and it's going to be right here. That didn't happen. So, I'm not too sure where it's going to be, but it could be in Boston, could be Madison Square Garden, could be, I don't know. It could be DC. I don't know if you want to just go back to where he retired. It could be a few places, but I will say, for the people that are complaining about the John Cena Classic or whatever, first of all, it hasn't happened yet. Fucking relax. And second, you guys, like, including me, I know I'm part of the problem, just complain so damn much, and just there's just so many shit. There's just so much shit that we got to deal with already as wrestling fans. And then Cena comes out and announces this new PLE, this new event, new type of, just a different we're getting something different. We're changing shit up for once. And, we're going to have, the head of WWE versus the faces of NXT, and this voting thing, which for some reason people are like, maybe I'm wrong. There's no way that's real. Like, nothing is real. And not when I say nothing's real, like, regular reality shows don't take in votes off the true value of how many people are voting for who. There's absolutely no way that WWE is not going to have who they want to win, or a top 3 or whatever. There's not going to be for the people who are going, okay, so now we just got to complain and we get our way, or if enough fans complain, they're going to get their way now because their favorite wrestler lost. I doubt it. I'm sure it's already going to be fixed. The fix is in. We know who's winning. We know who's getting the most votes. I would highly doubt any time that in the WWE we've had to vote, it's been what's the word? Real. That's the word. I doubt that's gonna be the actual. And maybe I'm wrong, and if I'm wrong, cool. I still don't really feel too much, a way about it. It's not like they're going to be the WWE champion. They're going to be the John Cena Classic champion. Cool. That's it's not like it's gonna be something that's gonna be defended. You're gonna win it, and I don't know, you get to come back next year and defend it. I don't know how it's gonna work, but regardless, it's cool. Cena's involved. We thought, me personally, I thought he was gonna retire, hang them jorts up, and never show up again. I mean, maybe pop out at WrestleMania a couple years down the line, and announce the ticket sales, but I mean, he's trying to stay involved. He's around, and I mean, the motherfucker was even shit. Even when he was face, he was saying like, I ain't even coming out to my music anymore, and that shit was having me depressed. I didn't want to just hear, and here's John Cena. That'd be lame as shit. So I am glad that he, is still trying to stay involved. And now we have a whole John Cena Classic. So I guess I did have a couple thoughts on the John Cena Classic. Now the Danhausen match, I'm just gonna have to accept it. I maybe 2 months ago or whenever it was, I remember making a video about Danhausen. I was talking about him, and it was essentially just me saying how he's for the children. He is for kids. He is not for adult wrestling fans. And that's fine. Now, do they have to waste an entire like tag match and that much time on like a PLE event just on a PLE? Probably not. I could have done this on SmackDown, maybe. Or maybe a Saturday night main event, but sure, we could do it at Backlash. And then the other thing is, we could have been like goofy and not done just like, here's more little Housens, here's the more little people that look like Danhausen. I mean, we did it at Mania, so we're doing it again. And I really thought, just like a lot of other people did, that it was going to be a fun surprise. Not fun in terms of like a 10-year-old laughing at it, just fun like, I don't know, fucking, if we're going to have a Hausen, like put some face paint on CM Punk. Have fucking, I don't know, have I don't even know who. Have R-Truth's bald ass come out with a Danhausen face on. Like, regardless, and not R-Truth, but I don't know. Fucking Royce Keys. Some people were saying just have Oba come out and destroy both of them. Would have been funny, but like I said on the predictions, kind of beneath him. Doesn't even need to be involved in that. But I don't know. It's just not for us. It's not for me. It's not for you. It's for children. And he sells. He makes the WWE a lot of money. He's not going anywhere. They're gonna keep up with the jokes, and maybe, hopefully, at least something different. Like, it is getting old. Like, I understand, Miz is willing to just do whatever, but it would be nice to just see them move on from Miz and Kit Wilson. That'd be great. And then also, even me, being there live, like, I know a lot of people sitting at home watching this or watching Backlash are sitting there like, all right, what are we doing? This is fucking stupid. And for a second, when I saw the little Hausen come out of the box, I was upset. And then eventually, like, it's like the Daniel Tosh joke. It's like, try being upset on a jet ski. Nobody can look upset on a jet ski. It's like, I can't be in that arena and every single person is having a good time. I'm not gonna be that guy. This isn't funny. Nope, this isn't funny. I'm not gonna be that guy. I enjoyed it. And and then it got to the point where you got people who were bitching about the rules, that how is this not a disqualification? This match was a joke from the start. Just have a little bit of fun, because we're about to have Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu beat the shit out of each other, which is what I do want to talk about, because this is going like somewhere big. It absolutely has to be. It was, first of all, fantastic match, and it's just the storytelling alone in that match, with just Roman still getting his licks off, still obviously winning, but just Jacob looking like an absolute fucking animal. And when you look at Roman post match saying, like, this is why he didn't deserve this match and this is why he shouldn't be here, yada yada, you can absolutely flip that for Jacob and say, well, I don't know if you saw, but that's absolutely like why I should have this match and why I should be here, because I just beat your ass. And he did. I mean, and it just the like I said, the stories they were telling in this match with kicking out at one off of Superman and then getting right back up, and then Roman's still on the ground, just looking up at him, and the just the the power and the pop-ups, and just like I had people not even knowing about wrestling, texting me, tapping into this just because, oh, you're at Backlash. Let me check into this, and they're like, who is this motherfucker doing backflips off the top rope? And I'm like, yeah, this is Jacob Fatu. Welcome to the WWE. No interferences, no interferences at all, which was beautiful. I was waiting for an Uso or someone or something to come out, but there was absolutely no interferences, no other involvement except for the exposed corner. Now, when I from my angle, and I was a little upset because I was walking out. I was sitting there for a second, like, damn, like he just beat Fatu clean, and then Fatu beats the shit out of him afterwards, and it's like, all right, so this is still gonna keep, they're gonna continue this feud. Didn't even peep the turnbuckle, and nobody in my section peeped the turnbuckle, and then eventually, there was replays and my phone popping up immediately. Yeah, the turnbuckle being ripped off, because you see when Roman's grabbing that ref, I'm trying to just figure out what the hell is going on with him and that ref, and then exposed turnbuckle, spear. So not only were there no interferences, well, I can't say not only, but there weren't any interferences, but what was great is there was, boom, perfect. You didn't technically win clean. You needed a little bit of dirty help. You needed a little bit of you needed an exposed exposed turnbuckle. I don't know why for the life of me couldn't think of the word turnbuckle. But I think, I mean, there are a lot of people who are like, well, Jacob Fatu, he just turned heel. I guess I don't actually no. There is no I guess. I'm standing on how I feel about this. If Jacob Fatu is a heel, he's been a heel. He's been the bad guy. I don't think he was ever intended to be the heel in the first place. And to be completely honest with you, what he did to Roman after that match is nothing he hasn't been doing this entire time already. So still, in my eyes, he is the same exact character that he is, which really is just kind of in the middle. I mean, if you are a fan of Roman, he's the bad guy in your eyes, but then even those fans are still cheering for fucking Fatu. It's Jacob Fatu. It's the same way if you're a fan of Jacob Fatu, you want Jacob Fatu to win, so Roman's the bad one in your head, but it's still fucking Roman Reigns. So there's I don't know where they're gonna go with this, but I hope it's somewhere big, because I mean you have three options. The first option would be looking at all this drama going on with Roman, slated to be here in May, but not be here in June. That makes you start to wonder, like, all right, well, what are they going to do at the end? What are they going to do? What, May 31st is when it's Clash in Italy, which on a Sunday is ridiculous. But we can talk about that we can talk about that a month from now. Are we looking at a chance, a scenario, a world where Roman is dropping the title at Clash, gone for June, gone for July, and then shows back up for SummerSlam, or maybe just gone for June and then shows back up for a lead up to SummerSlam, or shows up after SummerSlam? That could be something that happens. I also think the second thing would just be, if you do have Jacob Fatu lose again, which would be the second option, I think there would be no reason for him to get a third match, unless some bullshit went down, but it would be hard to convince, I guess, Roman or people who don't think he deserves another match to convince them that he does deserve another match. And then I guess the third option would be he just doesn't get another match at all, and they just move on, and they rush the Obafemi plot, which is something that they definitely need to just hold off until at least Mania. if not, you could probably you could build Oba up for a long time before he faces Roman Reigns, but he's so hot right now that he could be world champ going into fucking WrestleMania 43. But if you had him beat Roman 43, that's where that needs to happen. So I would say there's a world where I think Roman, if he is around until SummerSlam, he's losing at SummerSlam. Wouldn't mind that just being Fatu from now to then. And I know it sucks. It is what it is. But we could have, like, this is better. I'm sorry. Maybe it's just because I'm a fan of Jacob Fatu. But when I see if it's Roman and Solo, it's like I can't buy into none of that. Either of the Usos, I'm not buying into none of that. It's Fatu. You can buy into it. You can believe it. And I think even if you did have Fatu win a little earlier before Roman coming back, Fatu beefing with a Solo, them two beefing over the world heavyweight title, or him beefing with either the Usos until Roman gets back, just to kill time. We're gonna get some good shit out of that. They're gonna want to run with this bloodline and these guys and their family and their story for as long as they can. So yeah, they could just repeat the same shit where it's the Usos standing behind Roman Reigns, or we could just shake shit up a little bit and tell a little different story from with the bloodline members, or just the Samoan family tree, that family tree. But it was a great match. Roman said this is Jacob's last day. Don't really know what that means, because he's they're definitely both gonna be on Raw tomorrow, probably talking shit. So yeah, Backlash was great. Backlash was cool. I liked Backlash. It was I don't know. I'm not gonna say it was better than this or that, but it was a good show. Now, what do we got? So I guess just before we go to Raw and see what goes on with them and what we're gonna get from I don't even know who, because I guess I'm trying to think of what's next, after Backlash, because we got some big pay-per-views coming up. And we're obviously getting Gunther and Cody at Clash. And it's, I will say for this feud, they definitely found a way to get the fans right behind Cody's back again. Which I honestly like, because he was getting booed for a minute for no reason. Because we've had champs be champs for so long. It is what it is. And if we can get some entertaining matches like this one out of these reigns, I'm cool with it. And I don't really know where they go with this, because fans of Gunther are going to be pissed off when, and I guess, or if he loses to Cody Rhodes. If he beats Cody Rhodes, then it's going to be, excuse me, before I even go on to that, fans of Gunther upset if he loses. People who aren't fans of Gunther going to be upset if he loses, because again, everything he has done, they have fumbled so fucking hard with this career killer storyline and this arc and this guy that he was supposed to be, that they, he couldn't get his Brock Lesnar match, so they had to switch up what the favor was from Paul and now it's a match versus Cody Rhodes, and he's gonna lose, and then and that's it. We're just gonna skip over him and go to Obafemi. I'm okay with that. Like, we could do that, but it's just a shame that I had to watch like John fucking Cena tap out to this man, in his final match ever. So that's definitely a problem. And I also think it's most likely, and I'm hoping that they don't throw this away, because we know, like, the WWE will throw shit away so fucking fast, or will change their mind so fucking quick. I guess Randy is actually hurt, or is actually rehabbing, or is actually recovering, or is just taking time off. But I'm assuming getting that at SummerSlam. We're gonna get Randy and Cody too at SummerSlam. that's obviously Cody's going to be champ going into SummerSlam. Gunther is going to have to be somebody to fill in time for him to beat, because if he wins and does that Drew McIntyre shit where he's a fan for a month and he just gives it right back to Cody, that's gonna be worse than him just losing in some people's eyes. And then I think they're going to, and another reason why we know, at least I'm not gonna say we know, but another reason why I think Gunther is just another guy who's gonna take a Cody cutter 3 times in a row and get pinned is because Sami Zayn's gonna get a throwaway match too. Sami Zayn has been I don't even remember. I can't even remember how long it's been that he has been just sticking his nose around and just being behind Cody every single time he turns around. But he's gonna get a match versus Cody, just like he did earlier this year versus Drew. And he's gonna lose. So Cody's gonna go into SummerSlam as a champ, probably losing to Roman Reigns. Look at me, Randy Orton. And then who else? And I don't know what they did, and they could, like I said, throw this away. CM Punk. Don't know what type of break he's on. He deserves it, but that they teased. They teased it. They sat there, and you never know when I get that opportunity. And then fucking Cody Rhodes is, you just let me know when. Next week, could I get a title match? I don't know. I feel like I liked being a champ, so maybe I just want to get another championship around my waist. That'd be cool. Or I'm just go home, because it ain't like anybody's gonna give Punk that offer. Cody gonna give him that. Cody will give him that. Drew, no. Drew's not. You just let me know, pal. Bet buddy, we're friends. It's just Gunther. It ain't happening. So I think that's even another throwaway match. You could have him beat Gunther, Sami Zayn, and CM Punk, and then lose to Randy Orton. Is it the best run ever? No. Is it dog shit? Is it, I'm going to go on the internet and complain about it every day? Awful? Not even close. No. It's not bad. I'll say that. And honestly, that's the best we could fucking ask for at this point. If not bad is the result of a show or a feud or the just the outcome of a match, give it up to WWE. Give it up to TKO. Because not bad is what we're striving for in 2026 nowadays. 2026 nowadays. Nowadays. In 2026, I thought I should just cut one of those off. That's what we're striving for nowadays. 2026. Still said them both. But besides that, I mean, I think it's really just what we're doing with these champions. I think there's a few champions that I swear, I'm not the biggest fucking Logan Paul and Austin Theory fan, but I'm not just saying this because of that fact. They need to drop those titles like yesterday. Like yesterday's yesterday. Three yesterdays ago. They aren't defending these titles. They had a match at Mania, didn't defend them. No Backlash, coming out to help Braun get hit by a fucking chair. Like we got Damian Priest and R-Truth doing more with their tag titles, which is, what the fuck is that? You're supposed to be this big bad faction at Raw, the Vision, and it's just jewelry. So drop that to, oh well. Hey, they're gonna drop them motherfuckers to the Street Profits. So there you go. We got them back. So yeah, no, they're gonna drop those to them, let them go on some type of run, and let the tag division breathe again. God, please let the tag division breathe again. And kind of on the flip side with I won't even say on the flip side with Brie and Paige, but I don't know. As say we got Rhea involved with Charlotte and them, and I don't really know where that's gonna go. And we're gonna get Rhea and Charlotte eventually. I don't know where, but that's cool. I guess. I think we need to go into the summer just not, I don't know, picking our fucking ass. Like we need shit to be excited for. Like the feud between Roman and Jacob Fatu. I'm looking forward to. The build to Io and Asuka. Everybody was looking forward to. We need builds going into SummerSlam, going into Clash, going into Night of Champions, everywhere before we even start to worry about how the WWE is going to look in October, November, December. Before the road to WrestleMania starts to heat up, we need just a street, one street that's like really good, and then make a left turn, and another street that's like not too bad, and then like a right turn that's like, all right, this is cool, and then another good street, like just a few good streets at a time, and that'd be beautiful. So you like, let's not do Rhea Charlotte in August. Let's do that soon. Let's do that now. And like I said, not everything needs to be rushed. Obviously, fucking Obafemi does not need to be in the same ring as Roman Reigns until next year. For the time being. But there are some things that we could rush through and make it mean something other than the Cody Rhodes situation where it's this is an interesting matchup, but we know you got another guy waiting for you down the line, so we know you're going to win, Cody. Cool. Either way, I think that tag team championships, switch those up. We definitely need to get those motherfuckers off the vision. Still think they need to be unified. I would have loved an MFT and Usos unification match for those two tag titles, and just merge those divisions, because that shit is so weak right now. But they fired half MFT, so that's that's over with. Besides that, I guess we're going to be getting Becky and Soul. We'll be getting Becky and Soul soon. I'm looking forward to Raw. I'm looking forward to Roman and what's going to be happening with him and Fatu, and what the Usos are going to have to say about what went on yesterday, what went down on Saturday, and who knows? This is because, like I said, you can't just have Roman sitting here being like happy-go-lucky with the Usos. Like, I love y'all. We're the equal. Especially when you have Jimmy and Jay like not agreeing on a lot of shit. Like that's another great thing. I don't need that to lead to another match between them, but maybe one of them, maybe just the fact you got one leaning towards more Jimmy and one leaning towards more Roman, and where eventually looks like Jay and Jacob are going to be the ones going at it. So maybe Jimmy eventually sides with Fatu and is like, all right, well, nah, fuck this bloodline shit. He's the one. I think there's a lot they could do with this. So it's going to be interesting to see what Roman has to say to them tomorrow, because it's another thing. They ain't come out. They did not come out to save him after just a bunch of referees, just a bunch of backstage guys. But yeah, Monday Night Raw. If enough goes down, possibly, maybe I'll be back around, Tuesday, Wednesday to discuss more of this wrestling shit. But besides that, Tuesdays and Saturdays, me and Devin are going to be back talking about these NBA playoffs, talking about this NFL offseason drama, playing some NFL Jeopardy, talking about a whole bunch of other random shit. Who knows what's going to happen between now and tomorrow before we record. But hopefully you all enjoyed this, I guess, recap of Backlash, and I guess what's next for the WWE following Backlash, post Backlash. But yes, like I said, we're in new episodes every Tuesday and Saturday. It has been me. It has been real. I am out.